It's Friday, which means it's another episode of People Like You. My name is Emmanuel Osiseri, your online personal trainer and wellness coach. And today I met with a very special guest, Mr. Manny Munoz. Is it Munoz or Nunez?
Munoz.
Munoz, got it right. Cool,
Yes,
just making sure. And so Manny is a indirect friend of a friend, and I'm so excited to get to hear your story and get to know you better and kind of know your background of why you got into fitness. And so let's start there. Why did you get into fitness and kind of take us through that journey?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I've always been a very active guy, man. So since youth, I've always played sports, man, and that's just what I did. I played all sports year round. Something I just did. School sports, small towns in Texas, moving from place to place. But that's something I always look forward to, something that's always just kind of kept me going, is sports. And from there, as I grew into that and went into the high school years, ended up here in Bakersfield, I started getting more into basketball.
Right.
And that was kind of where I felt like, okay, this is something that I can stay in great shape with. But the thing was, I stayed away from lifting weights. I stayed away from working out in gyms because I was afraid it was going to throw my shot off.
You were afraid of what?
It was going to throw my shot.
Oh, your shot up, playing basketball.
You work so hard at it, you feel like you have a good shot.
Right.
And so I kind of veered away from it. I did more of the natural push-ups, sit-ups, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I really didn't look at gym life or weight rooms too seriously. Even in football programs I've been in the past, just something they really didn't push on us very much growing up. However, once I got into college, man, I had the opportunity to have this coach throw us into the weight room, and I was like, man, what's this guy doing? He's making us hit the weights up right before our practices. It's gonna throw my shot off. What's going on here? But if anybody out there, thinks the same way as I did, hey man, working out, getting stronger is gonna throw my shot off. It actually helped my shot, improved my shot, and strengthening up my, my muscles, and not only my leg power, but my shooting game further away from the basket was easier, and my form stayed the same.
Yeah.
It was just easier to get the ball into the hoop from further out. So my distance where I was shooting from was actually improved, and I could shoot threes a lot easier with more ease. And so from that point on, I was like, wow, wake up call. This is awesome. And then from there, after basketball, my college days was over. I started looking more into hey man, I like working out. I like this weight gain I'm getting here off of lifting, and I continued it, man. I continued to hit it hard, probably towards the tail end of my college year, and then as my adulthood, man, hitting the gym up and starting to focus on. And I was just so amazed at just the different types of workouts you can do, and gaining muscle mass and cutting up and all those things. So
for sure,
yeah, man.
There's a ton to unpack there. So I want to go back to the functional aspect of working out. So you said in high school that's when you played basketball, right?
I played all sports.
All sports, okay.
Yeah.
And so I find it so interesting that you talked about how your concern of getting bigger would actually kind of affect your athletic performance. When really there's different ways to train. And I know that you, along your way, as you've gotten older and as you've gotten more educated, you start to know the difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding and fast and slow twitch muscles and all this other stuff. So kind of talk about how a lot of people's misconceptions about working out translates, and talk about the misconceptions of working out. Because for example, a lot of women, for example, they're scared to work out a certain way because they don't want to get big. So kind of talk about a lot of misconceptions from working out.
I heard a lot of that, man, and being in now that I'm in the supplement world, nutrition world that I'm currently doing now, and then I getting my degree in college in kinesiology and exercise phys, and having the people in my class, in my classmates, and have females in there, and we discuss these kind of things. And but yeah, there's a big misconception, and a lot of women, when they come into our stores or want to buy supplements, they're afraid proteins. Oh, I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to have that bodybuilding look. And I have to, you really educate them and explain to them that a lot of it is actually going to make you tone. It's that look that you're looking for to sharpen up, get cut up, toned up. Protein's going to help you do that. Eating the proper amount of food throughout your day, and of course I talk about diet because that's a big part of it.
For sure.
But how you work out in the weight room, and women and some men, they think that hey, if I hit the weights, I'm going to bulk up and I'm just going to do cardio and I'm going to leave. In reality, cardio is great, But when you lean up and you build lean muscle,
Yeah.
now you're burning calories, as you
Yeah.
probably know. You're burning
Yeah.
calories throughout your whole day.
Exactly.
So it's a better way to lose weight,
Yeah.
to build lean muscle,
Yeah.
and not get that bulky look at the same time. High reps, a
Yeah.
lot of sets, you know.
Yeah, and I like debunking a lot of like myths and misconceptions about working out, because I think it's one of the things that, like I said, especially women, that keep them out of the gym or from wanting to work out. Where, like you said, to your point, it helps to build. It helps to build lean muscle, and there's a certain type of way to build lean muscle. So I'm very grateful for guys out here in the community that are kind of educating people that, if you lift this certain way, you're going to do this, and your body's going to develop into this, and that's going to be good for A, B, C, and D.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, man. That's my favorite thing to do, man.
Yeah.
Talk to people about it, engage with them, and
Right.
it's like every person I talk to is almost like it's a different. Their goals are all different, so they're almost customizing your conversations per person.
Exactly.
You know?
And I realize that the more that I like, that's why I like doing this. For example, the more I'm able to educate people, the better I'm able to learn it as well. It's kind of like getting better by teaching, sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And so that's super cool. So let's talk about nutrition then, right?
Okay.
What are some? Let's stick with the topic of misconception. What are some misconceptions that from people that you've worked with that our listeners will be surprised to hear about nutrition?
So, with supplements, you get onto the online, you get onto the internet, and you get to where some people are just bashing it. They're like, oh man, you don't need supplements. Supplements aren't needed. You can do it all natural. I respect that. It is true. You can do things all natural. You can take your protein intake all natural, your aminos. You can do you can even get a detox natural, without having to go to a supplement store or ever walk foot in one. Very hard to do that. Takes a lot of discipline to do that. More power to you. A lot of respect for the people who can do that. However, in this day and age, it's just hard for a lot of people to find that discipline and to actually, make 6 meals a day, to be able to afford it maybe, or maybe their schedule and their work schedule is not allowing them to. So that's what I feel like we come in and educate people on. Hey, I buy protein.
Right.
Do I use it every day? No.
Right.
Do I try to eat natural protein?
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Yeah.
But the days I can't, there's my protein shake.
Yeah.
So it's nice to go to that.
Yeah.
And there's dairy and we have stuff for that's lactose intolerant.
Right.
We have plant-based protein.
Right.
There's different types of proteins. And then we go into the aminos. You don't need aminos. Well, it's good for muscle fatigue, recovery, and those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
Does protein break down and do that for you? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But research, and if you're looking at studies and things of that nature, taking aminos during your workout, when you look at studies, it shows that it improves the recovery process.
Right.
So we have the natural aminos in our stores as well. And then of course I call pre-workout motivation. That's not necessarily needed, but it does take your workout to the next level and pushes you. And I don't use a partner in the gym. I wish I did. I don't have that luxury, so I sometimes rely on my pre-workouts on large muscle group days.
And I love what you said just now, because I want to pick on something you said. You used the word educate, and I think that's where, because I have pretty strong opinions about supplement. I try to keep it as natural as possible.
Awesome.
Like you, if I try to keep it natural, and then I do like a whey protein shake because it's efficient. But I think that it's important, especially in the supplement realm, to educate people, not to necessarily try to sell to them, but give them their options.
Yes.
This is why this might help you. This is why it may not help you.
Absolutely.
And so I'm always trying to look out for the everyday person who doesn't have the education that we have.
Sure.
Because if they take a supplement bottle and they see all these big fancy words, it may or may not work. And so guys like you are able to say, hey, this is exactly what this is exactly what this will do, this is exactly what it won't do, and you decide whether this is for you or not. Is that fair? Or?
I think that's perfectly fair, and I think there's even, if you go into a store and you get a good sales guy in there that, probably even tells you, what, the way you're telling me you eat every day, the things you're telling me, you don't really need much out of our store.
Right.
You might gain out of this amino or this protein.
Right.
I'm not going to push all these products on you that you don't really need. And there's There's some people out there that may have had bad experiences walking into all these nutritional stores, maybe had a bad experience where maybe they spent 3 or 4, somebody's, got them to buy $400 worth of products that are still up in their shelves.
Right.
And they're thinking that's a waste of time, supplements don't work, or whatever. But if you get educated and you had somebody in there that really helped you out, it does benefit you, and they come back because they know you're helping them out and you care. And that's the thing, is doing the right thing doing the right thing, man, for people.
Can't argue with results, right? Can't argue with results.
I love when they come back and be, man, that was the best thing ever. I feel great. I've lost 10 pounds. I have all this lean muscle now, and I feel stronger. I appreciate you. I brought in a friend because I know you're helping me and help him out. And hey, looking forward to seeing you next week or next month.
And you know what? To that point, another thing is, you said something just now. I don't think every supplement works for each person, right? At least in my experience. I mean, you said pre-workout. Pre-workout may affect some person one way, and then maybe somebody has a high tolerance for caffeine. It doesn't work as well for them. So again, with the word educate, you can say, this is why this might work for you, or maybe try this, or maybe try something natural. You kind of give them the option to make the decision that's best for them.
I think everybody who walks in is like completely different story. It makes my work so much more interesting, and it's so much fun to just basically customize conversations with people, and they're meeting their goals. Like you said, everything's different. Hey, this stimulant here it makes me have headaches. Okay, well, let's look at this one. And you just almost like a pharmacist in a way.
Yeah, exactly. So that's cool. So I see that your hat says "Dream Big." I don't even have to ask. I can sense that you're goal oriented. At least knowing your brother, you're very goal oriented, right?
Yes.
And so share with us about some of the goals within the fitness room that you have, where you're at, and why you're doing what you're doing.
Man, I appreciate you asking that. I've been through a lot, man. I'm in my mid-40s.
Wow, didn't know that.
I appreciate it,
Nice,
man. I've dabbled with a lot of different careers in my life, man. I did get the exercise phys degree, but from there, I've ventured off and tried so many things. But at the end, when I look back, I take everything out of all of those experiences to make me a better person to where I'm at now. So nothing was negative. I don't take back anything that I did in the past. But I've been to where I've been in the educational system for 12, 13 years as coaching sports. And it was awesome doing that, helping kids, that's awesome. All different levels. Oil field, I've been in the oil field 4 or 5 years, had my own little company at one point. So that was a taste of that, being an entrepreneur and all that, and that was great. Fast forward, I'm here in Baco, moved out here for family reasons, and got out of the teaching world, and now I'm basically going back to my original degree in what I learned early on, and I found out that was my passion. That's my dream. That's what I want to do. I want to help people. I want to help people in the fitness world and nutrition, and ultimately do my own thing.
It's cool that how all of your different experiences, even in non-fitness related fields like the oil fields, for example, it kind of molds and cultivates like your people talking skills, right?
Absolutely.
Because you already have a presence, physically, visually, and so people are going to listen to what you say, and then just being able to practice how to talk to people, how to just different ways how to help people, impact, influence people. I think that's super important. I can tell you got that. So speaking of influence, you talked about coaching, right?
Yes, sir.
Was it football or basketball?
Football and basketball.
Okay, so both. So talk about your observations of how youth athletics are helping to change kids' lives, not just from a physical standpoint, but as far as just like focusing and keeping them from distractions that can kind of take them sideways in life.
Yeah, and I was really big on that. I think that's one of the things that I take a lot of pride in is looking back. Hey, how is what I'm doing right now with these kids not just about winning, and that feels good.
Right.
Yes, I'm competitive.
For sure.
Yeah, we all want a state championship, and those are the goals. When I walked in, we're going to win a state championship.
Dream big.
Dream big. Make these kids believe, and that was one of the big things I think that helped us and helped some of the teams that I've coached be so successful, was just the fact that they just believed.
Right.
And then the discipline came with that. It was pretty rough with the discipline. Make sure everybody stayed on point with that. But I think with athletics was just basically having the kids see the bigger picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not just you know, what we're doing right now, but what is the value of learning how to win, how to lose, and learning how does that apply in life? Because in life you're going to win a lot, you're going to lose some. You know, and it teaches them that. It teaches them how hard work can pay off and those kind of things. So everything that we try to do in practices or games related to real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly.
That was a huge part of what I did, man, and I loved it, every bit of it. And I do miss it. I still get sweaty hands talking about it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Well, I mean, the sky's the limit for you. You can go in any direction that you want with what you know and what you've been able to educate people with. I like what you said just now as far as sports being related to life, right? And that's the way I look at fitness. I look at fitness and life as the same thing. It both takes patience. When you go into the gym for the very first time, you're not going to receive results for the first 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks or so. But you have to know that there's something going on behind the scenes. You're building a foundation of patience, allowing your bodies to meet the demands of the pressures that you're putting on it. And I think that's so much like in life as well too, just perseverance, adversity, patience, figuring out stuff. I don't know if you've had any injuries, I've had my fair share of injuries as well too. The mental aspect of it, there's a mental aspect of fitness, and so that's kind of the angle that I always try to take with it. It's like, or even like a supplement of life, like if you work long hours, you're working, 50, 60-hour weeks and stuff, using workout as that to just kind of release and stuff. So.
Yeah, man. I definitely apply sports to life the way I do everything, and I always look back and go, man, this is just like a game, or this is just like, a competition. And you said it right on the money with lifting weights. You don't see the results right away. And the kids, I really made them believers in off-season workout. That was the time to get better for the actual season.
Right.
So you got to put in that work in the off-season to get the results later.
Yeah.
And so we really had to make sure we got them in, into the program and made them believe in that. Yeah, man, I agree with you 100% on life in general.
Absolutely, man. So Manny, take us into your personal workout routine. Where are you at right now? How many days are you working out? What works for you? Maybe some of your goals.
So I'm also coming off a lot of injuries right now. As I'm aging, I'm finding out all the basketball I played and football I played, and some of the weight I'm carrying is pretty hard on my knees and my ankles. So I do know I'm probably needing some surgeries on my knees to clean up some cartilage or whatnot, just all the wear and tear. I had a bone chip off my ankle doctor said just from jumping up and down.
Wow.
And over time it just chipped off. They had to clean that out. So I've had some obstacles to where it's held me back from being in the gym, but it never stopped me. Hey, if I can't do my legs right now, super strong, then I'll just work on light upper body until it's time, and just trying to push through that. But I've had a lot of different injuries. Right now I have an injury on my foot. I think it might be plantar fasciitis. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta see doc. Been limping around, but I worked out today. I did chest. I did chest, tris, and shoulders. I like to do big muscle groups with the small muscle groups. I do about 4 to 5 days a week in the gym.
Nice.
Try to get in and out an hour. Right now, as I'm finding out as I'm getting older, stretching is very important. Part of it. It's always important, but as you get older, it's even more important to stretch. That's going to help prevent a lot of the injuries and stuff. But man, I feel super strong right now. In fact, I probably haven't been this strong since my mid-20s. The way I feel right now.
Nice.
Awesome. So it's going really well.
And that's why I love it too. I always one of my goals is just to be as active as long as I can, and I always admire those marathon runners who are in their 60s and 70s and stuff, and it's easy to look at them from the outside and be like, whoa dude, how are you doing it? But in my mind I'm just they just never stopped. So they just made it a part of their lifestyle. And I like what you said too, as far as coming back from your injuries and now starting to see the value of stretching, for example, because I feel like as we get older we get more of an appreciation for our bodies and for our wellness. It's funny. I read online random stuff, and there was this one post on Reddit or something where it was just give your older people, give your knowledge what are some lessons or what are some regrets or warnings that you give to, you know, people as they get older? And one of the guys said, protect your knees. And it seems like knees are always the things that like kind of get compensated first as we get older. I had knee surgery as well too, so the value of stretching and strengthening right now is huge.
It's huge, man. And I know for me, man, and everybody's different out there, and I almost envy those people out there that were able to, like, my age, and can squat and do all those things. I can't really do those things anymore like I used to. But I think for me, man, I was such an unnatural, you know, basketball player. Like I wasn't really. I was tall, yes, lanky and tall.
Yeah.
But I couldn't jump over a dollar bill if I tried.
Yeah.
And I get made fun of a lot. I was one of those people that let people who told me I couldn't do anything fuel my fire.
Yeah.
And so when they said that I couldn't play, you know, hey man, you can't touch the rim, you can't dunk, you know, you can't do this, ha ha ha. Well, that just made me work harder, and so I pushed my body so hard to be able to dunk, and to be able to finally get up there and do the two-hand bang behind my back, and just feel like I mean, just float and feel good. But I pushed so hard, my knees and my ankles, and just. But I got there. I met my goals, man. Man, am I paying for it now? Yeah, I'm paying for it. But I'm still feeling like, you know, now stretching, you know, going see the doctor, fixing these things up. When I'm 70 and 80, I still want to be doing those things.
Yeah, for sure. Man, Manny, this has been such a treat. Towards the end of each episode, I like for our guests to share just one bit of motivational advice for our listeners, something that's helped you along the way that can help other people along their fitness journey. So it can be like a quote, a book, something, a mantra that you live by, something that our listeners can take away from your fitness journey.
Oh man, you know, just like I said, dream big, you know, right there on the hat.
Yeah.
Dream big, never give up. I've been knocked down many times. I've had to change course on life, many different directions, and I just never stop going and just keep going. I'm a firm believer in just, you know, just following your dreams and keep going and fighting till it happens. Finding that passion. I always used to have a saying, if you don't have a goal, if there's not a goal, there's nothing to shoot for. And I always had a little image of a basketball goal, and if there's not that goal, there's nothing to shoot at.
Exactly.
So, just keep pushing forward, man.
Keep pushing forward. Set goals, man. You got to. That's something that I've really taken to heart this year as well too. And I'm a mini habits guy. I'm a mini small goals, small steps sort of dude.
Right.
So just a whole bunch of small things and just kind of building momentum with that.
That's awesome.
Can
you write them down?
Yeah, for sure. You got to. Me and my girl Clarissa, actually, we started doing these vision boards, and we work on it like once a week. And we just kind of like, so that we can visually see our goals of what we want to do, where we see ourselves and stuff. So,
that's awesome, man. That's great.
It's pretty cool. That's her idea. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey, so I like to finish each episode with some fun, random, rapid fire questions. So I'm just going to shoot them at you.
Let's go.
Throw me back the first instinctive answer that you got. So what's the first thing Manny thinks of when he wakes up?
Probably my business, owning my own business.
Owning your own
business.
business.
As soon as I wake
Keep
up.
the goal in mind, right?
Keep the goal on mind. Yep, on focus.
Would you rather be a master of every musical instrument or fluent in every language?
Ooh, master of every musical instrument.
Ooh, you're the first one that said musical. Why so? I think you're the third.
I love music, man. Yeah, it's my family.
Cool.
I love playing different types of music. I played a little sax, played a little keyboard.
Really?
Yeah, picked up a little accordion even. It's crazy.
Nice,
just random things.
Oh, that was an easy one for you.
I love it.
Would you rather be a deep sea diver or an astronaut?
I'd probably say I would rather be a deep sea
diver.
Yeah.
Would you rather take 100,000 guaranteed or a 50-50 shot at $1 million?
50-50 shot at $1 million.
You're a high roller.
Yeah, man.
It's been split on that. Some people say 50-50. Some people say just give me the guaranteed money.
I might have to think about that one for a while, but the first thing on my mind was that meal. I was like, come on, let's go.
Tacos or pizza?
I'm gonna say pizza.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Breakfast or dinner?
Ooh, that one's rough lately. I'm a food guy. Both of them are great. I probably have to say dinner.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Dinner.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Money or free time?
Money.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Winter or summer?
Summer.
Summer. This Bakersfield heat, huh? You like it?
I'm okay with it.
It's cool.
I grew up in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good.
And once you get used to it, hey. What did you want to be as a kid growing up?
Professional basketball player.
Yeah, me too. Like around 3rd, 4th grade.
I did.
Who's your team?
LA Lakers.
Lakers?
Yeah,
my
for
whole
sure.
family's Laker fans. I'm kind of,
They gave me a hard time in Texas for that, but now that I'm out here, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis, we'll see. One famous person, dead or alive, you'd love to have dinner with?
The Rock.
The Rock. You're the second person that said The Rock.
Yeah.
Why The Rock?
Inspirational, man, and I just like the way he carries himself. We're both, have kind of the big 6'5", 285.
Yeah.
We're both big dudes. And I've read up on his challenges in life to become the person he is now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'd love to sit there and just
He
pick
has
his brain.
He has a heck of a story.
His workouts is intense. His diet's intense.
Yeah.
Man, it'd be awesome to be around.
He's a pretty well-rounded guy.
Yeah.
He's pretty well-rounded. That would be a good dinner. All right, last one. If you can be any animal in the world, what would it be and why?
I'd be a lion.
A lion. That's my animal. Why a lion?
Man, just
let him know.
I love the guy. He's king of the jungle.
King of the jungle,
He's just so strong. The noise he makes, his presence.
Yeah.
And it's just when a lion comes in the room, you're just like, wow, that's silence.
I like what you said, the presence. I think that's what I like about lions the most too.
Yes.
Well, hey, Manny, I've had a blast with this episode, man. I wish we can go on longer. I'm sure our listeners got a ton to take away from this. And I wish you nothing but the best in your goals and endeavors. I think it's awesome what you're doing with the youth, and then also educating with people on supplements that's best for them and the lifestyle that they want. And man, I wish you nothing but the best.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure to be on the show.
For sure. Take care.
Thank you, man.